Have you ever felt that strange pull in your chest, that quiet, almost haunting feeling that something, or someone, is trying to reach you? Maybe it happens when you're sitting in silence and suddenly, a wave of emotion washes over you for no clear reason. Maybe it's when you see the same number sequence again and again, 1111, 222, 555, or you hear a song that seems to speak directly to what you're going through. You pause, your breath catches, and a small voice inside whispers, "This means something." That voice, that subtle nudge, might not be your imagination. It might be your future self, reaching back through the layers of time, trying to remind you of something you already know deep within. You see, there's a truth most people forget as they grow older. We are taught to believe that time is a straight line, past behind us, future ahead. But in the deeper dimensions of consciousness, time is not linear. It's layered, fluid, interconnected. Your future isn't waiting on some distant horizon. It already exists, right now, vibrating on a frequency that you can tune into. And every now and then, that higher version of you, the one who has already healed, already aligned, already stepped into the reality you're dreaming of, sends a signal. Not to control you, but to guide you. To whisper, "Keep going. You're getting closer." Think back to moments in your life when you somehow knew what to do, even when logic said otherwise. When a gut feeling led you down an unexpected path, one that later turned out to be exactly what you needed. Or when something fell apart and even through the pain, a deeper calm told you, "This is part of the plan." That wasn't random. Those moments were touch points, intersections between your current self and your future self, small quantum overlaps where the two versions of you temporarily meet. And yet, so many people dismiss these moments. We rationalize them away as coincidence, luck, or wishful thinking. We get caught up in the noise of daily life, forgetting that intuition is the language of higher consciousness. The truth is, the part of you that is trying to reach you, your future self, doesn't use words. It communicates through energy, emotion, and resonance. It's not shouting from the sky. It's sending gentle ripples through your thoughts, through the songs you hear, through the emotions that rise without warning. Imagine just for a moment that the version of you who has already stepped into peace, abundance, love, and purpose is real. That this future self exists in the same way a radio signal exists before you tune into the right station. You can't see it, but it's there, waiting for you to align your frequency so that the message comes through clearly. When you feel lost, when things fall apart, when you question everything, that's often when the signal gets loudest. Because your future self isn't judging your struggle, it's guiding you through it. It already knows how this chapter ends, and it's trying to remind you that every detour is part of your unfolding. Think about it, every time you make a small choice that feels aligned with your heart, you're taking a step toward that higher version of yourself. Every time you ignore your intuition out of fear, you drift slightly away from it. But the beautiful thing is, the connection never breaks. Your future self doesn't give up on you. It keeps finding new ways to reach you, through synchronicities, through dreams, through moments that make you pause and feel something more. And that's what this journey is about, learning to recognize that connection and to consciously align with it. Because once you start noticing the patterns, life begins to feel less random. The chaos starts to make sense. You begin to realize that you're not walking alone. You're walking alongside every version of yourself that has ever existed, and the one that is waiting for you at the end of this path is already calling you forward. So as you listen to this, allow yourself to slow down. Breathe. Feel the space around you expand just a little. Somewhere beyond the noise, your future self is speaking, not in words but in energy. It's showing you glimpses of what's possible, whispering through your dreams, aligning people and events in your path. It's not a fantasy. It's communication, subtle, sacred, and real. And by the end of this conversation, you'll understand not only how to recognize that voice, but how to respond to it, how to consciously connect with the version of you that already holds every answer you've been searching for. Because your future self isn't waiting in some distant tomorrow. It's here now, gently reminding you that you are already becoming who you were meant to be. What if the version of you you've been striving to become already exists? What if every dream you hold, every vision you've seen of your highest self, is not just imagination, but a glimpse across timelines into another reality where it's already true? This is the quantum truth about your future self. It's not just an idea born from hope or spirituality, it's a reflection of how consciousness actually works. When you understand this, you begin to see that you are not chasing your future, you are remembering it. In the language of quantum physics, every potential version of reality exists simultaneously, layered like infinite waves of possibility. You, in this moment, are simply tuned to one frequency, the one your current thoughts, emotions, and beliefs resonate with. But there are other versions of you existing right now in parallel frequencies. Versions that have already achieved what you desire, healed what you've struggled with, and become who you dream of being. When your vibration changes, when your energy shifts, you begin to align with one of those alternate timelines. You don't become that version, you phase into it. It's not magic. It's resonance. Think of your consciousness like a radio. The music is already playing across countless stations, but you can only hear the one you're tuned into. If you want to hear a different song, you don't force the station to change its music, you shift your frequency. The same is true for realities. The future self that is thriving, peaceful, and aligned is not far away, it's simply broadcasting on a higher vibration. When you learn to raise your energetic frequency, through awareness, emotion, and choice, you begin to receive that broadcast more clearly. The idea that the future self can contact you might sound mystical, but it aligns deeply with how consciousness operates outside of linear time. To your soul, past, present, and future are happening simultaneously. The human mind sees time as a straight line because it experiences growth through cause and effect. But your higher self, your quantum consciousness, sees everything as one grand tapestry where every moment already exists. You're simply walking through the threads of that tapestry one strand at a time. From that perspective, your future self isn't ahead of you. It's just another version of you vibrating on a different strand, observing your current timeline and sending signals through intuition, emotion, and synchronicity. When you get a sudden flash of insight or you feel guided to take a step without knowing why, that's not random. It's your consciousness overlapping with another frequency, your future self's frequency. Sometimes this comes through as a gut feeling, a deep sense of knowing that defies logic. Other times it manifests as symbols, repeating numbers, or meeting someone who shifts your path completely. These are not coincidences. They are quantum alignments, moments when your current vibration intersects with your higher potential. Science has already begun to echo these spiritual truths. The observer effect in quantum mechanics shows that reality behaves differently when it's being observed, meaning consciousness influences matter. You are not separate from the universe you experience. You are co-creating it through your perception and energy. So when your future self is trying to reach you, it's not sending a message across distance. It's adjusting the field of probability around you, guiding you toward the frequency where that reality already exists. That's why you feel drawn to certain ideas, certain paths, or certain people without knowing why. Your soul is responding to resonance, the magnetic pull of alignment. Think of it this way: imagine a hallway lined with countless doors. Each door leads to a different version of your future. One where you're confident and free, one where you're still stuck in fear, one where you've stepped fully into your purpose. The key to which door opens is not effort or luck, it's frequency. When your thoughts and emotions match the vibration of the door you desire, that's the one that opens effortlessly. Your future self is standing behind one of those doors, knocking softly, whispering through intuition, "Come this way. I'm right here." There's a poetic beauty to this, because it means you're never truly lost. Even when you feel disconnected, uncertain, or afraid, your future self is still sending out signals, still calling you toward alignment. You might ignore the call for a while, we all do, but the vibration never stops reaching for you. Every time you meditate, every time you pause before reacting, every time you choose peace over panic, you tune the signal a little clearer. When you begin to view life through this lens, everything changes. You stop feeling like a victim of time and start to recognize yourself as a traveler of timelines. You realize that you can shift realities not by doing more but by being differently, by embodying the energy of the version of you that already lives in peace, purpose, and flow. The separation between who I am and who I want to be starts to dissolve. You start to feel that familiar warmth, that strange sense of déjà vu, because deep down you've been here before. Your future self isn't a stranger. It's you remembered. And so, as we move forward, hold this truth in your awareness. You are not moving toward your destiny. You are aligning with it. Every thought, every emotional vibration, every act of faith is a signal sent out into the quantum field, and your future self is listening. It's adjusting your path, rearranging possibilities, guiding you gently home to the frequency where everything you seek already exists. But to truly connect, to feel that communication in your daily life, you must learn the language it speaks. The signs, the symbols, the synchronicities. Because your future self is always reaching out, but are you listening? Have you ever noticed how certain moments in your life feel charged, like reality itself is winking at you? You glance at the clock and it's 11:11 again. You think of someone and seconds later they text you. You have a dream so vivid that it lingers in your chest the next morning, and days later, something from that dream unfolds in real life. You tell yourself it's coincidence, but deep down you feel the truth humming underneath. something larger is at play. These are not random moments. They are signals, gentle nudges from your future self trying to guide you toward alignment. Your future self doesn't speak in language or logic. It speaks in frequency, intuition, and pattern. Its communication is subtle because it comes from a higher level of consciousness, one that doesn't rely on words but on vibration. The more aware you become, the clearer these signals appear. Let's explore some of the most common and powerful ways your future self tries to reach you. The signs that you are being contacted through the fabric of your own reality. One of the most universal signs is synchronicity, meaningful coincidences that seem too aligned to be random. You might be thinking about a change you want to make, and suddenly you overhear a stranger saying something that feels like a direct response. Or you're contemplating a big decision, and then you start seeing messages or symbols that all point toward one direction. Synchronicity is the universe's way of weaving your internal state into the external world. It's your future self aligning circumstances to confirm that you're on the right track. When this happens, pause. Don't rush past it. Acknowledge it with gratitude, because in that moment, you're in communication with the higher timeline that's guiding you forward. Another powerful sign comes through intuition, those inner nudges that seem to arise from nowhere. Maybe you suddenly feel that you should turn left instead of right, call a certain person, or postpone a meeting. Later you realize that small choice changed everything. Intuition is your future self whispering through emotion, bypassing logic. It speaks softly because it knows the ego tends to doubt what it can't explain. The more you trust that voice, the stronger it becomes. It's like building a bridge between timelines. Every time you follow that intuitive feeling, you strengthen the channel of communication. Dreams are another doorway your future self uses. In the dream state, your conscious mind relaxes, and your awareness becomes more fluid, able to move across dimensions of time. Sometimes you'll meet versions of yourself that feel wiser, calmer, or already living the life you want. Other times, your dreams may present symbols, a key, a light, a path, representing messages from your future reality. These are not just figments of imagination. They are energetic transmissions from the part of you that already knows the way. If you begin journaling your dreams and looking for patterns, you'll start noticing that some dreams carry instructions, emotional codes meant to awaken something within you. Then there are moments of déjà vu, those strange flashes when you feel as though you've lived a moment before. Déjà vu is a temporal echo, a reminder that timelines overlap. When you experience it, it's often a sign that your current path is aligning with a higher probability, one your future self has already walked. It's a gentle confirmation that you're merging with the frequency of that future version. Many people dismiss déjà vu as a trick of memory, but spiritually, it's a signal of alignment, a vibration match between who you are now and who you are becoming. You may also notice repeating patterns in your life, certain themes, relationships, or challenges that seem to circle back again and again. While it can be frustrating, these patterns are not punishments, they're invitations. Your future self allows these repetitions so that you can learn the frequency you need to transcend them. Every time you face a recurring situation with more awareness, more compassion, and less fear, you're stepping closer to your higher timeline. It's your future self saying, "You've seen this lesson before. This time let's rise above it." Numbers and symbols often play a big role in communication too. Seeing 111, 222, 333, or 555 repeatedly isn't random. These are frequency markers, energy codes. Each sequence carries a vibration, new beginnings, balance, alignment, transformation, and so on. When these appear, your future self is signaling that the energy of that number is now active in your field. Similarly, you might encounter certain animals, songs, or words again and again, symbols that hold personal resonance for you. Don't dismiss them. Energy speaks in metaphors. Your higher self uses what's familiar to catch your attention. And sometimes contact comes not through signs but through feeling. There will be days when you suddenly sense peace for no reason, a deep calm that seems to arrive from nowhere. That serenity is not empty, it's a visitation. Your future self is reminding you what alignment feels like. It's giving you a glimpse of your natural state before fear and doubt clouded it. These waves of energy often come right after deep emotional release, after crying, meditating, or letting go of something painful. In that openness, the signal of your future self flows freely. The key to recognizing these signs lies in presence. If you're constantly distracted, lost in mental noise, you'll miss the whispers. But when you slow down, when you cultivate stillness, you start noticing how reality bends slightly around your awareness. You see how everything becomes reflective like a mirror. The outside world starts responding to your inner frequency, and that's how your future self speaks. Not through miracles from the sky, but through patterns of energy woven into your everyday experiences. It's also important to understand that not every sign will feel pleasant. Sometimes your future self contacts you through discomfort, a sudden ending, a door closing, a plan falling apart. These moments are redirections, not rejections. They happen when the timeline you're on can no longer take you where your soul is headed. Your future self, in its infinite compassion, will dissolve what no longer aligns, even if your ego resists it. It's not punishment. It's guidance. Every sign, every coincidence, every intuitive pull is part of a larger conversation. A dialogue between who you are now and who you're becoming. Once you start recognizing this, the world transforms. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this trying to show me?" That question opens portals. It turns chaos into communication. So pay attention. Notice the patterns that repeat, the words that echo, the emotions that rise without reason. Listen not with your ears but with your awareness. Your future self is constantly reaching out, through numbers, through dreams, through energy, through love. Every time you pause long enough to feel it, you bridge the distance between timelines. You remind the universe that you're ready to listen. And when you listen deeply enough, you begin to realize, it was never reaching out from afar. It was always right here, speaking through the rhythm of your own heart. Now that you understand how your future self reaches you, through signs, dreams, intuition, and synchronicities, the next step is learning how to consciously align with it. This is where theory becomes practice, where awareness becomes embodiment. Because it's one thing to notice the messages, and another to step fully into the frequency that allows you to live as your future self, every single day. The truth is, your future self isn't waiting to appear someday in the distant horizon. It's waiting for you to match its vibration now. The moment you do, the connection becomes seamless, and reality begins to reshape itself around that alignment. The first step in aligning with your future self is presence. Presence is not just stillness or meditation, it's awareness stripped of past and future. When you're fully present, your energy stops scattering into old memories or imagined fears, and it anchors into the moment, the only point where all timelines meet. This is where your future self can reach you most easily. Begin each day by grounding yourself. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and feel your body as it is, right here. Let go of what you need to do later or what you regret from before. Feel your awareness settle into the now. In this state, you'll begin to sense subtle impressions, images, emotions, or intuitive nudges that come from beyond your ordinary thinking mind. That's the whisper of your higher timeline beginning to sync with your current one. The second step is emotional coherence. Your future self vibrates at a frequency of peace, confidence, and trust. You can't connect to that vibration through fear or anxiety. So, instead of trying to control your emotions, learn to harmonize them. When fear arises, don't fight it. Acknowledge it, breathe into it, and let it pass. Emotions are like waves of energy. The more you resist them, the stronger they push back. The more you let them flow, the more energy you free up for alignment. Emotional regulation is not about suppression, it's about calibration. Ask yourself, what would my future self feel in this moment? And let that emotional frequency lead you. Maybe it's calm, maybe it's gratitude, maybe it's excitement. Whatever it is, embody it even if it's just for a few seconds. That single choice begins to alter your vibration. The next practice is visualization, but not the kind that feels like forcing your mind to imagine something unreal. True quantum visualization is about tuning your energy to the feeling of already being that version of you. Close your eyes and imagine yourself as your future self, not as a fantasy but as a memory you're remembering. Feel the confidence in your body, the lightness in your heart, the clarity in your mind. See the environment around you, the details of that life, the energy, the relationships, the sense of flow. Don't try to get there, feel what it's like to already be there. Your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between imagination and experience. It only responds to vibration. The more vividly you feel that version of you, the more your frequency begins to mirror it, and the quantum field rearranges reality to match. Another powerful method is communication through journaling. Your future self can speak to you through writing if you open the channel. Sit quietly with your journal, take a few deep breaths, and write a letter, but write it as your future self speaking to your current self. Begin with, "Dear, your name, I'm so proud of how far you've come." Then let the words flow. You'll be surprised how the guidance that comes through feels wiser, calmer, and more loving than your ordinary thoughts. That's because you're tapping into a higher frequency of consciousness, the same awareness your future self already lives in. This exercise bypasses logic and allows communication through energy and intuition. You can also reverse this by writing a letter to your future self, expressing what you're ready to release and what you're ready to step into. Write it with sincerity as if your future self will read it instantly, because energetically it will. That intention strengthens the bridge between timelines. Next comes embodiment, the art of living as if. This doesn't mean pretending or forcing yourself to be someone you're not. It means asking, how would my future self think, speak, and act in this situation? Then do that. If your future self would handle challenges with grace, practice that grace now. If your future self prioritizes peace over approval, start doing that today. Small actions anchor new frequencies. Every decision that reflects your future self tells the universe, this is who I am now. The universe always mirrors back who you're being, not what you're wanting. You can even use sound and environment to support your alignment. Play music that feels like your future reality. Surround yourself with spaces that inspire clarity and peace. Change your physical posture. Stand tall, breathe deeply, walk with presence. These are energetic signals that tell your subconscious, we are already living that reality. You're not tricking yourself. You're training your energy to maintain a higher vibration long enough for it to become your new normal. Meditation is another gateway. Set the intention before you begin, I am connecting with my future self. Then breathe deeply and imagine a light in front of you, warm, radiant, peaceful. That light represents your future self's energy. As you inhale, imagine drawing that light into your body, filling every cell with calm and knowing. As you exhale, release old frequencies, doubt, fear, self-judgment. After a few minutes, imagine the light expanding, merging with your own. Feel that fusion. You are not separate. You are remembering your wholeness. When you open your eyes, move through your day with the awareness that the connection remains. Another way to strengthen this alignment is through action guided by intuition. When you receive an inner nudge, even a small one, act on it. Call that person, change that routine, explore that idea. Intuitive action creates momentum between timelines. Your future self sends impulses, but it's your willingness to move that allows the signal to flow continuously. Every aligned action, no matter how small, acts as a doorway into your higher reality. It's important, too, to release attachment to timing. Alignment is not about control, it's about trust. The more you try to force your future to arrive, the more resistance you create. Instead, rest in the knowing that your future self is not somewhere far ahead of you. It's already connected, guiding, orchestrating, merging. Trust allows the connection to strengthen. Fear blocks it. So whenever you feel impatience, return to stillness. Whisper to yourself, I am already there. Feel that truth in your heart until it becomes more real than your doubts. As you continue these practices, you'll begin noticing that your external world subtly shifts. Opportunities align effortlessly, people appear at the right moment, and your inner peace deepens even when challenges arise. That's not coincidence, it's confirmation. You're beginning to live in the frequency of your future self. The signs won't just appear occasionally, they'll become your daily language. Your reality will start speaking to you continuously because you've become a conscious participant in your own evolution. Aligning with your future self isn't a destination, it's a relationship. It's a dance between timelines, a merging of energy and awareness. And the more you practice tuning in, the more seamless that dance becomes. Eventually, you stop asking for guidance and start feeling it as a natural rhythm inside you. You realize that your future self isn't just trying to contact you. It's already here, breathing through you, thinking through you, guiding your every step. All you need to do is listen, align, and allow. And when you live from that space, you stop waiting for miracles, because you become one. There comes a gentle stillness when you realize your future self was never separate from you. All this time, it wasn't calling from a distance, it was guiding you from within. Every sign, every synchronicity, every moment of intuition was its voice helping you remember who you truly are. The gap between who you were and who you're becoming dissolves, leaving only awareness, peace, and trust. Now you move through life differently, calmer, clearer, aligned. You no longer chase outcomes, you create them through your energy. You speak with intention, act with confidence, and rest in the knowing that your path is unfolding perfectly. Each breath, each heartbeat, is a message from the self that already exists in the future, reminding you that you've made it. So take one deep breath and feel that truth. Your future self is no longer trying to contact you. It is you. Every thought, choice, and vibration shapes the reality you once dreamed of. Live from that awareness, and every day will feel like a message from the universe saying, you are exactly where you're meant to be.